Amen. Well, it is a blessing to be here. Never done a service like this before. My first. I know it's Brother James's first. It's been kind of growing over the last few weeks, and time James mentioned it, it seems like it's got bigger and bigger. I don't know what's going to take place, but that's where we get ready to find out. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll just have to see what God's going to do. So you've been praying much, and I'm just a preacher. All I know to do is just preach. Nothing special about me, or we're just sinners saved by grace, called by the Lord, and I'm just going to do my best to give you what God's given us. And you can please pray for us. If you have your Bible, please turn to Ruth chapter number 4. Start in Ruth chapter number 4. Find your place if you would, just stand for the reading of the Word of God. Ruth chapter number 4. And I'll begin reading in verse number 8. The Bible says, Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, Buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. Boaz said unto the elders, unto all the people, Ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's, and the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, We are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel. And do thou worthily in your freedom, and be famous in Bethlehem. Brother Scotty, would you pray with us this morning? Help us. Help, Lord, that you touch, Lord. Breathe upon us, we pray. And your glorious Lord. Jesus,
God, I pray, Father, Lord, you show us, Lord, you're here. Dear God, I pray, Father, we help us. Lord, touch the hearts of your youngest now. Lord, I pray you love them. Lord, do for them, Father, that which you do. Oh, God, please, Lord, please, Father, just touch the man of God. Have your sweet willing way, we pray. For Jesus' name,
Amen. Amen. You may be seated. As we look at the Word of God this evening, I'm going to preach on, the Lord directed my heart toward Ruth concerning this wedding, this marriage. It's going to happen one of these days. And it's going to happen. No matter what we think or we see right now, this is really going to take place.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be comparing the traditional Jewish wedding that during Christ's time would have actually taken place. We're going to be comparing that to the coming of the Lord and to the bride of Christ and the rapture of the church. And it all falls into place so much clearer when you see these details. But as we look at the book of Ruth this evening, I want to start with this little Gentile lady who marries a Jew and becomes famous. You say, Preacher, where does she become famous? Well, if you'll turn to the first book of chapter of Matthew. Read down through the genealogy and you'll find where that Ruth is mentioned. And I guess another thing that sticks out in my mind about Ruth is when you read that about her husband Boaz, and you realize that who Boaz's mother was. And you find out that Boaz's mother was Rahab the harlot, another Gentile. So see, Boaz already had a heart for Gentiles. And I'm glad that Christ has a heart for the Gentiles. And I'm glad He didn't cast us aside. I'm glad that He made a way that we could become in His bride, be a part of the family of God. But as we look at this scripture that I just read in your hearing, we find where that Boaz is going to take Ruth to be his wife. Now, in this particular passage of scripture, we find where that Boaz is a kinsman because of Malion. And we find that there's a closer kinsman than Boaz.
Yes,
There's a kinsman just a little bit closer that has the rights to Ruth. But Ruth has already spoken with Boaz. He's in love with her. She's in love with him.
yeah,
And as you read the story, you study the story, you'll find where that old Boaz has gone down to thresh wheat. I'm trying to get through this a little quicker than I normally would.
you're all right.
He's gone down to the threshing floor, and Ruth has spoken to Naomi, her mother-in-law, and her mother-in-law has said, what you need to do is go down there where he is.
Yes,
You need to slip in the cover of the night when nobody's around. Go mark the place where he's going to lie. And when no one sees you coming in or going out, you go in. You lay down at Boaz's feet. And the Bible said after Boaz had eaten and drunk, he went in to lay down. And there he lays, and Ruth slips in, lays down at his feet.
right. Help him, Lord.
The Bible says that he awakes during the night. And it causes him to fear just a little bit. He don't realize there's someone there until he feels her down to his feet. The Bible says that he asks who's there. She says it's Ruth, the Moabitess.
Help him, God.
And she asked him to do the act of a near kinsman to her. And by her actions and what she did, what she was doing was this.
Help him, Lord.
And I know it's not customary in the days that we live in, and it never really has been customary. But what Ruth was showing and what she was doing by laying down at Boaz's feet, she asked him, she said, cover thy handmaid.
Yeah.
And when he asked her to cover her, what she was asking him was this: will you marry me?
Yeah. Right.
Amen.
Will you marry me? Boaz said,
Help him, Lord.
I will.
Yeah.
He said, but there's a nearer kinsman than I. And he says, I'll settle this tomorrow.
Yeah.
So she arises early in the morning before anybody knows she's been there, and she goes back home. He gives her a load of barley to take home to her mother-in-law. And when she goes into Naomi and she sits down with Naomi, she tells her, she says, what did he say? He said, well, there's a nearer kinsman. He said, but he said he's going to take care of business.
Yeah.
Naomi said, don't worry, my child. Said he will not rest this day until he has settled this matter. And the Bible says that Boaz goes down to the gate of the city. In Old Testament times, that's where all the business was taken care of, was at the gate of the city. They'd go in, they'd sit there at the gate. Whenever the men of the city would come through, they'd call the men aside and they would take care of business. Boaz sees this kinsman coming through, and he hollers at him. He says, come here, sit down. So then we got some stuff to talk about. I'm just putting it all on you. And his nearer kinsman comes over and sits down, and he calls in some other men of the city to come be witnesses of what's taking place. And the Bible tells us that Boaz looks at him and he says, I need to know something. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's just back up and read that. Chapter number 4. The Bible says, then went Boaz, verse 1. Then went Boaz up to the gate and set him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, hold such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit you down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know, for there is none to redeem it beside thee. And I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor. And this was a testimony in Israel. Now we find this nearer kinsman comes by. He draws in the men. He has the witnesses. He says, I want to know if you're going to redeem this land. He said, yeah, I want the land. He said, well, the day you redeem the land, you got to take the Moabite.
Amen.
And to be married to a Moabite was an abomination. For a Hebrew to have anything to do with the Moabites. See, the Moabites was straight out of the family of Lot, that incestual relationship that took place between Lot and his own daughters. And there was a curse set upon them, and God had already instructed the children of Israel that they are not to have anything to do with these particular people. According to the law and according to the Word of God, they were to stay away. They were not to have any dealings with them whatsoever. He said, I can't. I'll mar my own inheritance. Boaz said, that's good.
Amen.
She's already found favor in my eyes. I've already fallen in love with her, and I'll buy it. I want her. I'll do what I have to do. And the Bible said there that the kinsman, the nearer kinsman, plucked off his shoe, and he reached it over to Boaz. In Bible times, this was the signing of a contract. It was the way they took care of business. And when you plucked off your shoe, you were saying, I am giving up all rights to ever trod upon that land. I'm giving up all my rights to that piece of property. I don't want nothing to do with it. And whoever is the curator of that shoe has got the rights to the land. Amen. So we see that he reaches that shoe over. Boaz takes that old shoe. And I've got a feeling, I don't know. But I believe that Ruth was interested in that shoe. I believe Ruth was probably pretty close by and she wanted to know what was going on. And she saw the transaction take place. She realized Boaz was paying the price for her. He was purchasing her. And I believe she come over where Boaz was. This is just my mind now. You can do with it what you want. And I can see old Boaz reach that shoe out to Ruth. Ruth take that old dirty, dusty shoe and pull it up close to herself. Begin to cherish that old shoe. I can see her walking back home that day, heading back down the road. She's going home carrying an old shoe. I can see a couple old busybody men sitting on the side of the road. They said, now look at yonder. Ain't that a Moabite? I said, yeah, I believe it is. What's she doing with that shoe? I don't know. It's kind of odd, ain't it? Well, it's a man's shoe. Look how big it is. Look how dirty it is. What do you reckon she's doing? I said, well, I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Amen.
See him walk over and say, ma'am, what are you doing with that old shoe? She said, oh, sir, if you just knew what this shoe means to her. And I can hear her look at him and say, well, that old shoe reminds me of some things. See, the Bible said that was a token. What is a token? A token reminds you. A token will stir your remembrance. And I should say that old shoe is a token to me. It reminds me that I'm worthless. Said old fellow said, why do you want to remember you're worthless? Why do you want to be reminded that you're worthless? Because, sir, I'm a Moabite. I don't have no rights to Israel. I don't have no rights to the people of Israel. I don't deserve anything. I'm trash. I'm dirt. If I got what I deserved, I'd be dead in hell. Amen. And it reminds me that I'm worthless. It reminds me that I'm not wanted. But then, it reminds me that I am wanted. It reminds me that there's somebody that loves me more. That somebody was willing to pay the price for me. That somebody went to the ultimate extent to purchase me and to buy me. And so she reminds me that I'm wanted. Boy, aren't you glad tonight? This evening? Aren't you glad that you carry a Bible in your hand? And that old 1611 King James Version Bible, it reminds you that you're worth it. It reminds you that you're wanted. And I can hear, last of all, look at that old fella. This is the point I want to get to. It reminds me that I'm going to a wedding. It reminds me that there's getting ready to be a marriage. I'm getting ready to walk down the aisle. I'm getting ready to marry Boaz. The man that I love with all my heart. He's went to the ultimate extent to purchase me in the Bible. There's going to be a wedding. Church, when you study the ceremony of a true Jewish wedding, they still hold to a lot of these customs even today. Several months ago, I was up in New York, went down to, I can't remember the area we was at. Where was we at? Brooklyn, New York. Went with my brother and me and Linda and his wife, and we took a load of cuttings up there to a Jew. The little young Jew boy that he used them for decorating. Got to talking to him. They got to talk Bible with him. And I got talking to that boy, and he got talking about that his main business was doing weddings. And he got to tell me some of their customs and a few things that they do in the weddings. Showed me some pictures. And believe it or not, this really favors the way they'll set up where the wedding's taking place. And do a lot. See, the Jews, they use a lot of white linen because it represents righteousness. And it represents holiness and purity and cleanness. And it is something that blew my mind. The more I studied on the Jewish wedding, and come to find out, and you're going to hear, they didn't have a lot of a courtship. They didn't date like we do. They didn't do things like we do. And did you know divorce is almost null and void amongst the Jews? Very rare. Very rare. That it ever happens. And it's amazing how that they actually come together as husband and wife, how they begin to court, begin to date. Or not, like I said, they don't really court. But so that's what I want to get into. And I want to preach on this wedding. Now, even though that Ruth here was purchased and the token was a shoe, there's a purchasing that takes place whenever a little Jew boy buys his bride. Yes, sir. You see, the father of those Jewish girls, especially in Old Testament times and even during the time of Christ, see, when a family had a girl, and please women, don't get upset with me, I'm just telling you what I've read, okay? They felt like they'd been cheated. So they wanted boys. Because if they had a boy, that boy would work the farm. That boy would labor. That boy would bring things into the home. See, the way the custom of the dowry got started was that in order to, if brother James here, if one of his daughters was getting married, and when that fellow sitting right over there come to purchase your daughter, there was a price on her. Because you see, you had fed her, you had clothed her, you had taken care of her, and she hadn't brought no money home to the family. She hadn't been able to add to the family in the business, in the farm, or whatever it may be. So Ian, you had to have purchased her. Yes, sir. And it would have been up to the father. He'd set the price. And then you had to go to him and pay the price to buy her. Because you're paying him back for all that money that he invested in her down through the years. Man, I like it so much better than the way weddings are today. You see, I wouldn't have been paying for the wedding when my daughter got married. He would. Amen. He'd have been bringing the money into me. Amen. Instead of me paying to marry my daughter off. We're backwards. Yes, sir. I think we need to have some change. But as we, of course, I got two boys now, and I don't want to go that way. But as we look at these customs and we apply this to the church, you're going to see a lot of similarities to when Christ let us know that He was going to come again. First of all, in the Jewish wedding, there had to be a contract. Now, Israeli marriages were by contract, rather in the manner. It was a lot the way that we'll purchase real estate today. They had to give earnest money. So when he had come to you to sign the contract for her, He had to give you earnest money
Right.
to let you know he meant
Yes,
business.
sir.
Now, the purchase wasn't done exactly at that time, but it was in the process.
Right.
So he had to come to you, and there had to be a contract made. Now, you and Ian would sit down,
Yeah.
and you would have made the terms of the contract.
Right.
And what Ian would have said was, he'd say, well, now, you're going to be faithful to me. You're not going to be out looking for other boys.
Right.
And he'd tell you, I'm going to be faithful to you. I'm not going to be out trying to find another bride.
Right.
And that'd be part of the contract.
Yes, sir.
And these things were put down and were binding. That contract had to be made.
Yeah.
But then as they would, after they'd signed the contract, then they would negotiate the price.
Right.
The price had to be negotiated.
Amen.
And you've already signed, you've already committed,
Yeah.
so now you've got to pay the price.
Yes, sir.
I find that interesting. I like to know what I'm paying before I sign the
Right.
contract.
Amen.
And James, no doubt, is going to say, I want a lot for her.
Sure.
That's my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
her. She means a lot to me.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay a pretty hefty price.
Yeah.
Amen.
So then you have to come up with your earnest money or the money for this to pay for this bride. But then not only that, but there was a cup involved.
Yes, sir. Amen.
That groom and that bride
Every Lord.
and James's family and Ian, your family. This is okay, that's what I thought. Yours would all come together for this contract, for the price. And there would be a cup of wine that you would partake of. And that cup of wine was sealing the deal.
Amen.
That cup of wine meant it's a settled.
Right.
That's who I want. Now, what we don't realize is when Jesus died for the church,
Yes, sir.
He gave His life for the bride.
Right.
You got to realize Jesus was a Jew,
Yes. Right.
and He did things Jewish ways.
Right.
Matter of fact, that book you carry is a Jewish book.
Right.
We won't get all up in there over the Jews. Hey, that book is Jewish,
Yes, sir.
and Christ is Jewish,
Right.
and everything He did Jewish.
Yes, sir.
And when He is making that contract with us,
Yes, sir.
when He is purchasing the church, and He's laying His life down for the church, you see, there is He is performing all these miracles. He's doing everything that He's doing. He's showing Himself to be the groom.
Yeah.
He's showing Himself to be worthy. He's showing Himself to be desired.
Yes.
And He's looking for that bride.
Right.
This thing goes so much bigger than just a husband and wife.
Yes, sir.
He's looking for a spotless, perfect bride.
Yeah.
What does He do?
Every Lord.
Christ lives a spotless, perfect life
Yeah.
to become the perfect groom,
Right.
looking for us.
Yes, sir.
And as He is going through all these same steps, He's already he made the contract there in the upper room. As He's with the disciples, and there at the Passover, the last Passover feast that Christ was in, and there He is making this contract with the disciples for the church.
Yeah. Amen.
There He is making a contract with them,
Right.
and He's letting them know, I'm going to be your Lord.
Yeah.
I want to be your Savior.
Yes.
I want to be your all in all.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Every Lord.
He's letting them know, I'm going to pay the price.
Amen.
Whatever your price is, no matter what this contract holds, I'm going to pay the price. I'm going to pay it to the fullest extent possible. But not only that, He sealed it with a cup. When He settled down, and He said, take, drink. This is my blood.
Amen.
What was the blood? It's the blood of the new covenant. It's the blood of a covenant, the new covenant that He's come to make with everyone that will be saved by the grace of God. He said, this do in remembrance of me. Over in the book of Corinthians, we're told to do it in remembrance of Him. Why should we remember that cup? Because it is the seal of the deal. It's what's showing. It reminds us. It reminds us that the contract has been signed. It reminds us that the price has been reminds us that we have sealed the contract with the covenant.
Amen.
He told them, he said, take drink. He said, drink all of it.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
All of it.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
It was important that they took it all.
Yes, sir.
Because he is getting ready to let them know. Get ready to let them know. This thing's getting ready to turn around.
Amen.
Because not only was there a contract and a price and the covenant, there was a departure.
Yeah.
Now, after that little old groom, after he had found his bride, he would usually have a little speech he would say. You know how that speech would start? Most of the time, this is honest, I've read it. It's historically documents written down. And little Jews, for the most part, would look at that little bride as they're getting ready to leave, and they'd start out like this, Brother Scotty. Let not your heart be troubled.
Amen.
Amen. He'd look at her and he'd say, let not your heart be troubled. He'd say, I must go away. If I go away, I'm coming again.
Amen.
And there at that Last Supper, there them disciples sat all broken-hearted, discouraged. Jesus is telling them, I'm going to have to go away. Jesus looked at them and said, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. For in my Father's house are many mansions.
Yes, sir.
If we're not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. If I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. Hallelujah. Glory to God. He went to prepare a place. Now, according to the custom, the little boy he'd go back to the father's house. Now, I can imagine, probably time and time again, Brother Scott, I can imagine, let my mind wander. Brother Robbie, I can imagine the little boy. He says, well, got the contract. I paid the price. We partook of the cup. And I can see him as he's heading home. It'd be like you and Ian walking down the road after he'd done agreed he was going to marry this girl. He'd say, Father, you think she's worth it? Father, do you think she's worth the price that her dad's required? Is she worth me a giving it what I've got to give? Is she worth it, Dad? After Jesus departed, he went out to pray. The Bible said he went out into the garden. He said, Father, if it be thy will, let this cup. But nevertheless, not my will but thine be done. What was his saying? He said, Father, the cup that sealed the contract, are they worth it? Are they worth the price that I'm going to have to pay? Are they worth the price that I'm going to have to pay to purchase that chair, to buy that bride for me? And he said, nevertheless, not my will, but thine. I said, the little Jew boy's father looked at him and said, son, I think she's worth it. I think she's worth it. He said there's another aspect to this. That little old bride, she could have said no. That little old bride did not have to marry him. But she didn't know when the next contract would come.
Right.
She didn't know when the next opportunity would come. So most of the time, they took the deal. So she could have said no. She had a choice. She wasn't forced. She wasn't made. He may have chose her, but she didn't have to choose him. 99 out of 9. That little bride, she'd say, yeah, I'll take you. He'll say, yeah, I'll take her. I'll pay the price. And he would go and he would purchase that bride. Then he would depart. He'd go to the Father's house. And while at the Father's house, he'd prepare a bridal chamber.
Bless you.
Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled.
Yeah.
If you believe God will also make my Father's house so many mansions.
Every moment.
The mansions represent the bridal chamber.
Yes, sir.
You see, these disciples, they understood what Jesus said. They knew the language.
Right.
See, John chapter 14 is not funeral. That is not a funeral scripture. That's wedding scripture.
Right.
That's all about a wedding taking place. And they understood that. They knew what he was talking about. They knew when he said, let not your heart be troubled. They knew when he said, in my Father's house are many mansions. I'm going to prepare a place. I got to go make you a place. I got to go fix you a chamber. And because you're going to be a coming there. That's where we're going to honeymoon. Amen. He'd go back down to Father's house. Now sometimes, I get this, and you're going to realize this. Sometimes that little old Jew girl only saw him one time.
That's right.
Sometimes they'd never met till that day that contract was signed. And she had never met him. She's stepping out on faith. She's just trusting. It's going to be the man for her for the rest of her life. And she'd only laid out when they sat there and they made the deal. First time and only time you ever saw her. You imagine that?
Think back.
Now think about that. I was reading after this Jew that wrote all this and told about all the customs and how they did it. He made this statement. He said this. He said it was very customary. It would be up to 2 years before that groom ever come back.
Wow.
For 2 years you wouldn't have laid eyes on him. For 2 years. I wondered, you reckon he's really a coming?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's really a coming?
Yes, sir.
You reckon he's going to come?
Praise preacher.
It's been a little over 2,000 years now.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I've got an old shoe.
Yes. Hallelujah.
And all I have to do is get it down.
Go ahead. Come on.
And when I start reading his word, I say, yeah, he's coming. He's coming again. He's coming to take me. He's going to prepare a place. He's a getting her ready. And one of these days, he's a coming. But now that old boy getting down there at the Father's house, he'll begin to labor on that chamber.
Yes, sir.
He'll want that chamber to be perfect.
That's right.
You know, he'd either go out in the edge of the field and build a chamber, or he would build on to the Father's house.
Right.
He'd build that room, and he'd make it as perfect as he know how. Now here's the key element to this.
Every moment.
That little old groom, if it'd been left up to him, he'd have run in there, he'd have cobbled something up, thrown a shack together, and he'd say, I'm going after my bride with God.
Amen.
He's excited. He's looking forward to getting the bride. He's looking forward to getting his wife started, his life started.
Right.
That father, see, it ain't up to that little groom.
That's right.
That father's the only one that can put approval on the chamber.
Yes, sir.
And ever so often that father will come in and say, son, need to work on that molding.
Right.
Now, I don't particularly like the way that window looks, sir. You're going to have to do something. Son, you're going to have to work on the floor right here. It's a little bit rough. And old boy, he's sitting there getting work. I just imagine him being up on the roof, nailing down a few tiles or shingles or whatever. I just see somebody passing by and say, I see you're building a bridal chamber. And he'll say, yes, sir.
Yep.
Say, well, when is the big day? Say, I don't know. You're going to have to ask the Father. Amen. I don't have a clue. It's all up to the Father. Whenever He says it's ready, then it's ready. Amen. So He's a laboring. He's preparing. He's a working. He's a getting the chamber ready. He's a doing everything in His power. Get it all ready. But then one day, whether it's been a year, whether it's been 2 years, however long it's been, one day the Father walks in, gives it one last go offer. Says, son, looks pretty good. You can go get the bride now. Then we come to the stealing away.
Yes, sir.
Because that little old groom, see, it was very customary
Bless you, Lord.
in Bible times. Now let me say this before I go any farther. All that contract, that price being paid, and the cut, that come down to being the actual ceremony. See, the ceremony, they didn't have the ceremonies like we got.
Right.
Have the big weddings and all this stuff. That ain't the way it worked. That was already done. They've been betrothed now for a year or 2 years. Now, the little bride has already she's had to mark herself with a veil.
Right.
She's had to stay down there at her father's house, her mom and dad's house. Every time she goes out, she's got her veil on, showing that she's already betrothed. Somebody already owns her. Somebody's paid the price. Somebody's already drunk the cup, and she's already theirs.
Yeah.
Said, preacher, what is that? It's sanctification.
Amen.
It's where we're to be set apart.
That's right.
That's where the church is to look different, act different, dress different, talk different.
Yeah.
Amen. We're not supposed to look like this world. We're not supposed to act like this world. We're supposed to be a different people. I mean, a peculiar people. And we're supposed to be somebody, amen, going somewhere. And the world ought to know it by the way we look. We're to be veiled with sanctification. She'd have her veil. Now, I read another place, Brother James. I studied after another Jew. And he made this statement. He said not only would the bride wear a veil, that the father of the bride would put a little old lamp in the window of their house.
Yeah.
And every evening, whenever someone come passing by, if there was a suitor come passing by and he saw that lamp burning in the window, he'd say, I better stay away from that house. It's already spoken for. All he's doing is letting his light shine. Amen. And we're supposed to let our light shine and show this world that we're betrothed and let them know that we belong to somebody else. Amen. Hallelujah. Then that little old groom, he'd get ready to go get his bride. He'd go get his best man. Amen. He'd go get that best man and then get ready to go. Now, according to the Bible is stated with the Bible, Jesus, he kept it all right intact.
Yeah.
Said, preacher, who was Jesus' best man? John the Baptist. Amen.
Bless you, Lord.
He went before him.
Right.
And he went to let them know.
Yes.
He went to let them know that he's a coming.
Yeah.
't and I don't know.
Bless you.
I don't know. I can't help but wonder when we get over yonder. And when this marriage is put together and we become the wife of Jesus, I just wonder if John the Baptist won't be standing outside the door.
Amen.
I don't know. I'm just a wonder. Pretty good thought.
Yes.
But now while that groom's been gone away, that bride's been preparing herself. She's getting everything together.
Right.
She's got all of her little treasures. She's got her wedding garment. She's got her lamp. It's full of oil. It's trimmed. And it's ready to go. Because it was very customary that that little Jew boy would come in the midnight hour.
That's right.
He would try with everything in him to catch her asleep. He wanted to steal her away. See, it was romantic gesture to be stolen away. To, in a sense, be kidnapped by that one that loves you.
Yes.
So she would be all prepared because it was customary that they would come in as late as possible and try to take them away without nobody knowing, without nobody seeing, and surprise them.
Right.
What the Bible tells about the coming of the Lord?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
In the midnight hour, amen. When nobody's looking,
Right.
when nobody's expecting it, He's going to come.
That's right.
He's going to step out. He's going to take us home.
Yes.
And I see her getting everything together. She's got it all lined up. She's got her maids and waiting there with her. There they sat. And here's what would happen. Within a year's time, they would more or less every night, all of her bridesmaids would more or less move in her house.
Yes.
And they would sit there with her all night long
Yeah.
with their lamps ready. They was there waiting because they knew not when the bridegroom comes.
Amen.
They did not know, so they wanted to be ready and have on their wedding garments. Everything had to be prepared. Nobody entered into the wedding without a garment.
Right.
Amen.
Amen.
The parable Jesus told about the man that entered into the wedding without a garment, got cast out into the outer darkness. You're not getting in without a garment. Victor, how do I get a garment? Born again. Amen. God.
Yeah.
Saved by grace. Amen. All your sins washed away. And you'll get a wedding garment. Amen. You'll be a fit vessel. no doubt they'd doze off. Can you imagine for doing that for a year?
Yes, sir.
I can. Seems like that's what I've been doing lately.
Right.
Seems like I've just been sitting and saying, Lord,
Yeah.
when you coming?
Amen.
Lord, when you going to take us home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know it got long. You know the days got long, the nights got long.
Yes.
You know she was a desire to see him again.
Oh, yeah.
She's wanting that marriage to come together. She's wanting to be the wife of that and start her life with him. And it's got long and it's got hard and she's awaiting, but one day,
Right.
one day,
Yeah.
that bridegroom goes into his best man and says, I'm ready, boys. Let's get our wedding party together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see that old boy coming down the road. His best man's leading the way.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
He's got and customarily they had a trumpeter.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And when they got outside of town,
Help him, Lord.
that groom would say, let them know I'm coming.
Amen.
You see, she had to have just a few minutes to
Yeah.
Right.
get everything together.
Right.
She had to have a few minutes to gather up what even though it's sitting there, she's still got to get it. She's got to throw on her wedding garment. She's going to grab her lamb because nobody would tread out through the countryside without a lamb. That old rocky terrain.
Amen.
Amen.
So he said, let them know I'm coming.
That's
Typically, that trumpeter would blow the trumpet. And that best man would shout.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
That best man would shout.
Help him, Lord.
Behold, bridegroom coming.
Amen.
Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Behold, the bridegroom cometh.
And after the announcement was made, he'd go down there to the house where that bride in waiting. And the father, the custom was that the father of the family they'd kind of turn their heads, act like they didn't know anything was going on. And I can imagine that dad looking over just to make sure it was the right
That's
direction.
right. Anyway. Yeah.
They'd get ready. That bridegroom would take his bride. And together they would come down the road out of town. And everybody would know, here comes the bride.